UN peace monitors are there, and yet the shelling goes on. What's the latest?
Well, with the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has actually come out criticizing the Syrian government for the ongoing bombardment of Homs, which should have stopped. And according to a UN-brokered peace plan, the Syrian government should have pulled its troops out of Homs and others in cities and towns. But that hasn't happened either. In the meantime, these first military unarmed observers have started to arrive. They are the first of what should be a larger team of about 30 that should arrive. And then Ban Ki-moon is calling for the UN Security Council to pass a motion for a larger team of 250 to 300 to arrive. But it is not stopping the violence from taking place. The Syrian government accusing the Syrian opposition of numerous violations, and we have seen reports of at least 5 civilians and Syrian security forces killed, according to state media, and buried, according to state media, within the last 24 hours. And of course, the Syrian opposition accusing the Syrian government of violations as well. A very shaky and increasingly violent ceasefire. Christy.
Also, what are the thoughts of the rebel army at this point? Is it willing to compromise and talk to the Assad regime and end the fighting?
Well, they're paying lip service to this ceasefire, and they insist that they're not carrying out attacks except in self-defense. But we're hearing about another disturbing development. We've talked to a couple of Free Syrian Army commanders, and they're telling us that they're using this lull in the fighting to rearm, basically. And we've talked to one who claims, an officer who claims he's gone to Iraq and actually brokered a deal within the last week to buy anti-tank missiles as well as other weapons to fight against Syrian armor, and that is being smuggled in to rebel fighters across the Iraqi-Syrian border. Their argument, these Free Syrian Army commanders we're talking to, is, okay, we're going to observe the ceasefire right now, but assuming that this Annan plan will fail, we're getting ready for the next phase of fighting. We need better weapons to fight against the Syrian tanks and armored vehicles, and we're going to be ready for them. And they're assuming that this ceasefire will, it's just a matter of time before it fails completely.